You guys ever seen a speed run before?
Mm-hmm.
Which one did you watch?
Last night I watched Twilight Princess and the Tressa story on Octopath Traveler.
I thought that's when you went for more meth.
was that a thing?
Was that speedballing?
Speed run.
Oh, speed. Oh, I get it. Did you get it, Nick?
Yeah,
it's
I
about
got it.
drugs.
I thought it was jogging while you had diarrhea.
I think it's called yogging. It's with a soft J.
Jogging.
I've been watching a lot of speed runs lately, and that's my endorsement for the week. I'm going to be talking about speed runs for a minute here.
I think I could do pretty well on Super Mario Brothers.
Isn't there like 100 levels in that game though? There's a lot.
Mario 1, you've got there's 8 levels, and then each one is broken into 4 sub levels.
Okay, man, you know more about it than me.
Oh, I know every inch of that game.
Nerd. I haven't seen this. There was a speed run where it was 2 teams of 3 that were playing Mario Maker.
Right.
And these guys made the people made these really elaborate, messed up levels, and the speed run is called Awesome Games Done Quick, and they do it for charity. They raise awareness for like cancer cancer research, and then they also have stuff for Doctors Without Borders, Children's Hospital, things like that. It's really cool, but it's like 2 teams of 3. And the only thing I could think of was that poor chair that they're sitting in. I don't know why, just all those unwashed gamers sitting in the same chair.
I've got a...
I bet that chair probably smells like shit.
I'm subbed to this. I'm subbed to this classic gamer. His name's Rick. He's from Australia, and I think he does DJ work on the side. But his group is called One Coin Only.
What is it called?
One Coin Only. So.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, check it out. It's pretty good stuff. And he's pretty nice, dude, and entertaining.
He's a nice guy.
So shout out to Rick.
I think if I were to try and do a speed run, probably the only game that I could complete it on is because, I mean, I like playing video games, but I'm not like overly good at them per se. I guess I should say.
You enjoy the game.
Yeah, like I enjoy the experience, but I'm not like one of those like hardcore gamers.
Nick's gonna try a speed.
This is all I'm gonna do for like the next 24 hours.
Nick's gonna try a speed run on Duck Hunt.
Honestly, I was gonna refer to a retro game. I would probably attempt a speed run on Frogger because Frogger is my shit.
There's a lot of levels.
How bad do you want to beat the fuck out of that dog in Duck Hunt when it laughs at you?
I never had a problem with him. I know a lot of people said fucking dog, but I never had a problem with him.
I think he's a character on the new Smash.
Yep, he is, which is really weird. It's him and the duck, I believe.
In the plant.
The piranha plant?
Yeah.
I like how they're just putting the characters from in the game that are just like sentiary. Like next thing you know, it's gonna be the pipe.
Yeah, I played the new Smash with my cousin. My cousin was in town and he brought a Switch and he had the new Smash, and there were some unusual characters in there.
I get to be the flag.
Like
it just goes up and down. That's it. It's broken.
That'd be pretty great.
Either that or have like
just one of the bricks with a question mark.
Why wasn't Mario's? Yeah, exactly. Like it just jumps. And
what does it do? Nothing.
It turns on its sides and shit like Tetris, but that's about it.
Now it's an upside down question mark.
Do you know the history on Super Mario 2?
I know that it was supposed to be in Mario's Dream.
I know that it's a sequel to Super Mario.
It's really not though.
It's supposed to be Mario's dream. Like he's having a dream or somebody's dream, and that's why the levels and stuff look all weird. And is that what you're going to say?
I heard something about it was supposed to be an entirely different game than what it turned out.
I'm sure it was. That's how a lot of those games turn out, but yeah, I just remember being like, oh, it was Mario's dream. That's all I remember. And it was him, Peach, Toadstool, and Luigi.
I really like Paper Mario.
Oh,
I never played it.
Another game I could probably attempt a speed run on is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Which one? There's like a billion of them.
Probably the first one or two.
That's a game though that I feel like if you're playing, you're attempting a speed run.
Yeah, I mean, essentially.
I don't know.
But those I was a Sega kid growing up, so
Sega.
Yeah. I mean, I had the Sega channel and everything.
You had the Sega channel?
Oh, hell yeah.
man.
Toe Jam and Earl, Altered Beast.
Altered Beast is the fucking
Sonic
shit.
the Hedgehog.
I had a Power Glove.
Even the Lion King and Aladdin Sega games were like incredible.
The only thing I don't like about Sega was the fact that all their sound effects sounded the same.
Yeah.
They were like blom,
Yeah.
blom, like that. They didn't have any. It was like this.
Except for that iconic ring sound when you pick up a ring in Sonic. That bring.
You hear that at gas stations when you
Yeah,
pay
you
with your
do.
card.
I just thought of what the hell. I
It's
didn't
their
know.
payment
But it's
system.
not as high pitched.
But it's the same thing though.
The Sonic one is just I don't know, there's something iconic about it.
Did you know that Ganondorf's laugh in Ocarina of Time was actually the same sound that the boos make in Mario 64?
Did you know, and don't crucify me for this, I've never played a second of any Zelda game.
Get out.
You haven't played anything after 1?
I didn't even play 1.
Wow.
I have never let me
I don't even know what
let
to
me
say.
reiterate, I have never played a single second of any Zelda
I
game.
don't know what to say
I
to
didn't
that.
grow up. The only Nintendo system I had growing up was Game Boy. And I know there were Zelda games for Game Boy, but I got my Game Boy when Pokemon came out. And that's like
So you had Game Boy
What color?
Advance.
I had the purple clear one.
No. Which game? Pokemon.
Oh, which Pokemon? I think I played Red, Blue, and Yellow, and then even Silver and Gold once the second generation came out.
So you had Game Boy Color.
Oh, yeah, and
Yeah, the purple one
I
was
had
color.
I had the original Game Boy too, the one that was like a brick, the gray brick.
Oh man,
I
those
had
things
that
were-
one too.
Those things were tough.
I had a Sega Game Gear.
I did. Too.
Yeah, she did as well. And I used to play Mortal Kombat 2, but it only had like 6 characters on it. And I was like, this game sucks. Like, there's nothing, and all the sounds were terrible. The batteries didn't last at all on those
No.
fucking things.
Dude,
I used to play Shining Force on it, and it did not last.
the first handheld game that I ever got, God, I don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to.
It's okay.
It was a
Open up.
race car game that had a belt in it, and the belt was the road. Like it turned in the game, and then your car was on the stick, and you turn the steering wheel, and the fucking car would move back and forth.
Oh, I think I know what you're.
dusty.
Yeah, like a Tiger Electronics game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played Game Gear in a long time. I remember Perfect B got TurboGrafx 16, and I was all over that
Tricky
shit.
Kick.
Tricky Kick.
Parasol Stars.
Yep. Bubble Bobble.
B Wonder, what else did you have? Let us know.
write the show.
Bonk.
Bonk's Adventures, Zonk's Adventures, Air Zonk. Man, those are old. China Warrior.
Dan were surrounded
Tricky
by
Kick was
cats.
fun because you had to,
It's like a puzzle game.
yeah,
You had to kick stuff literally.
and like no moves.
That was a weird game.
I remember, like, I'd have friends come over and we'd play like California games, and I had a NES Max,
Oh, we had that.
so it had the turbo button, and I would just dust everybody because I just hold that button, and they're all like,
I could never figure out how to play those winter and California games. Like
"Oh, I love the hacky sack and the skateboarding."
with those odd
The
characters.
surfing.
What about
Yeah.
Skate or Die?
Skate.
That's
or
my shit.
Die. Skate.
Die,
or
die.
Downhill
Die.
Jam.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Chirp, chirp.
No,
chirp,
anybody?
chirp.
No? Okay.
No, I
Alright.
played the crap out of that game. I
Yeah, I
just
say you
Pro
played it,
Skater 2 was.
but you were skateboarding back then. So.
Melancholy. That's when I first heard the band Melancholy, and I was all over
And that
it.
was that's the game that introduced me to Rage Against the Machine because
What?
Bulls on Parade was in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Dude, I was a sheltered kid.
I
Bulls
think-
on Parade was on that soundtrack.
You're like, what are they singing about?
I think
I
one
don't
of
understand.
I think the game that I've
Who's
spent the
Zapata?
most time on though is probably Gran Turismo 2 on
I
PlayStation.
don't like racing games unless you can
No.
blow the other cars up.
I like the kind where you, well,
Crazy
other than
Taxi.
Mario Kart, I love
Crazy
Mario
Taxi.
Kart.
I'm pretty sure
Mario
the
Kart
game,
because it's like battle. You
Yeah.
can battle it.
the game I've invested the most hours into over the span of
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
exactly.
The fact that
How'd
you know that.
Borderlands 2.
Ugh,
I
hate that game.
invested probably at least 2 weeks.
Isn't that
into
like a
game.
choose your adventure game?
No.
No.
It's Borderlands 2 is
So they did a Telltale game that was like that was based in the Borderlands universe.
Okay.
But Borderlands 2 is it's kind of like it's basically an RPG, but it's
I
all
hate-
about looting.
We're
And
surprised
of course,
you,
Dan
he
hates it. Surprise, surprise.
I was about to say, would you surprise you know that I hate
I
that
take
game?
that back though. The most hours that I have on any game ever is World of Warcraft. Easy.
Mine's probably Metroid.
World of
Which one?
Warcraft.
Like the
Super.
series. Yeah.
Super Metroid.
Yeah,
Or
we-
Prime. I like
We have
Prime.
the little SNES Mini.
I'm probably gonna play World of Warcraft tonight.
Why?
I don't know.
It's fun. I haven't played it in.
I've been
probably
playing
a
it
couple
since
years.
launch.
I tried playing it one time. One of my friends tried getting me into it, so I went and bought it, installed it on my laptop, turned it on and started playing, turned on some music, and like 6 hours later the sun was down and my dad was like banging on my door. He's like, "Are you gonna eat dinner?" And I was like, "What time is it?" He's like, "It's like 8 p.m. And I was like, "Oh my god."
It's Thursday.
I shut my laptop and that was the last time I played it. I'm like, I am not
Which-
kidding. I'm
which-
not gonna be a part of
Which
this.
one did you play?
I don't know. I can't remember actually. This was like 2009, 2010, somewhere around there.
Probably Cataclysm.
That sounds right.
I don't know anything about World of Warcraft, so
It's
I
awesome. That's all you need to know.
Awesome.
We should start a video game podcast. Just everyone talks, because that would be. I
We
mean,
just do it on here. It's
If
a
we-
free. We can do whatever we want on here.
Dude.
It's our damn show. It's our damn show.
Speaking of
All right,
video
calm
game
down.
Don't look
talk
under the
on
console.
a fucking horror podcast, how fucking hard was Friday the 13th on Nintendo?
oh, it was tough.
Holy shit!
There's a whole bunch of stuff in that game that you have to memorize.
Oh, the
and
map
you-
unfucking readable.
You wouldn't even know what to do unless you looked it up. Like I used to watch Angry Video Game Nerd, and he would talk about that all the time. He's like, "It's the worst."
Perfect B showed him to me.
You like him?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
funny.
I like him even better because Perfect B showed
I
me.
know. I figured as much. God.
Love you, B.
Yeah, we get it.
Do you?
When's your date? Why don't you marry him?
He's coming back in February.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Right around Valentine's Day. I'm trying to get him to go to Mushroom Head with me.
I'd go. Oh, but
Well,
she didn't ask
I
me.
didn't
We
ask
did
you.
ask you actually last week. So don't pull that card.
I forgot about Mushroom Head.
No, you didn't.
And
They're
they're
always there.
and they're coming with Hell's a Poppin'.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
It's like a circus thing where they
It's
do
a
like
sideshow.
dude runs rings through his nose and then hooks a
Oh.
bowling ball to it and swings it around.
Yeah,
real,
it's like literally a sideshow.
real amateur hour stuff.
It's really cool.
We've seen him.
This guy with no legs, he fucking walks on his hands on all this broken glass. They juggle like weed eaters and fucking chainsaws and shit.
Weed eaters. Just, those are
Home
pretty
Depot.
long. You know?
Dude, I think
Sponsored by Home Depot.
I think you could torture the shit out of somebody with a weed whip.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably
Yeah.
could until it breaks, and you got to get unsnagged or something like
Yeah,
that.
you're like, hold on, I got to change my string.
Start banging it on the
Wasn't
ground.
that your choice when we were
I think
thinking
it
about
might
random
have.
weapons was the weed eater?
I would either do a weed eater or a garden weasel.
How about the garden claw?
Yeah, the garden claw just ended up really raking over him. He's punctured.
A snowblower would be cool because then you could watch him shoot out the spout.
That's
Or what
disgusting.
if you just walked across them with aerating shoes?
Hey, what is wrong with you people?
On
Yeah.
the skull, dude.
Oh yeah.
Tell you what, I could speed run.
You want some piercings?
I could speed run some fast food right now.
Yeah. What do you want?
Heck yeah.
I
Two actually.
Yeah, Dan, what are you buying us?
kind of want a
Casey's
little-
Pizza.
No, I'm not in the mood for pizza at all.
Wendy's, Square Burgers.
I'm not in the mood for
All the feel.
Square burgers because they don't cut corners.
I'm spraying. I don't know, man. What's a fast food place that they need to have here in Omaha that they don't?
Jack in the Box.
Other than Jack. Well,
In and out.
Ooh, wait. Whataburger.
Yeah. What a burger.
Carl's Jr.
you guys ever had a fat burger?
No. What's that?
No.
A fat burger? There's one. There was one in Papillion not too long ago, but I think they closed down. A fat burger is a place where all your dreams come true.
Doesn't
Is
sound
it
like
is
it.
it bad that I've never had Broncos?
Is it FAT? Oh, Broncos is
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not a bad.
I don't mind Broncos.
I've heard from some people that like you need to eat it at least once, and other people are like, stay away.
It's not bad.
Daniel and I grew up on Broncos
I
because of our
did.
dad.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
before he left us.
I've heard it's one of those
Send
restaurants
your
where it should
donations,
come
too.
with like a roll of
For
toilet
therapy.
paper.
I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast, but recently Daniel bought a motorcycle, and
Yeah, we talked about it.
yeah, and
It's
he
a
invited
cute
me.
little scooter.
He invited me on a run that he invited me on a run that him and his roommate are going to take to Des Moines.
Des Moines, yeah.
My only criteria was we got to stop at Zombie Burger.
I've never
Oh,
been
Oh
there.
my god,
Yeah.
Zombie Burger's the best.
I've never been
You
there.
would think it's corny and stupid, and it's not.
It's not.
It's
They
not.
have the best milkshakes
They
and
do
burgers.
bring all the boys
like,
to the yard.
Yeah.
But the best place in Des Moines that I've tried ever is Big Al's Barbecue, and Daniel just
Did you just
shit
rip it?
himself.
Dan, is that you?
Yes.
No.
That's
Oh.
like fun.
That's the cat.
That sounded tampered with.
Don't blame that on my cat.
I thought it was
Your
a chair
asshole's big.
creaking, and I
No.
just hear.
Sounds
You didn't see the lift?
sounds better since you had it tuned up.
Oh,
I didn't mean to.
cover your drink. It's gonna get
I just
in there.
ate.
I don't
I'm
think you need
still
fast
hungry.
Food. What'd you have?
I had pizza.
There's
That's why
no-
I'm not in the mood for it.
Oh, there's no fat burger around.
Yeah, Fat Burger. I won their Fat Burger Challenge, which is eating a triple decker burger with 2 pounds of fries.
That sounds
Got you
fat.
beat.
Got you beat.
Fucking my friend John, he's a vegan now, but he bet me. He said that if I could eat 2 full triple Kongs from King Kong
that'll
Euro
fuck your day up.
and fries, he'd buy it for me, and I fucking did it.
Oh man,
King Kong, to those
I
of you that don't know, is a local
Shit my
place.
brains out afterwards.
I bet.
Oh.
They do gyros, no gyros, gyros,
Yeah.
and big ass cheeseburgers.
Yeah, they have some huge burgers
Their
there.
food's really good.
My
Their burgers,
dad
Barb.
told me the health inspector for his restaurant warned him to never eat at a King Kong, so I have never eaten
fuck
at a
it.
King
We've
Kong
eaten worse.
since then.
No, it's not bad. It's like
No,
Broncos.
no. He said for cleanliness, don't eat there.
Fuck it.
I'd never had a problem with it.
That's like
I mean, but
anywhere nowadays.
it's fast food. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have high. I'm not expecting like a
Yeah, you
5
could
course meal to get.
you could
served
say
in
that
my
shit
bag.
don't matter,
Just
but
like,
I'm not going back to
here's
Golden
your-
Corral.
Here's your food.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that.
Yeah, I haven't
There-
been to a Golden
there's-
Corral forever.
Don't.
The cucarachas.
If I met
Why
any
look at me like that when
bug-
you say that?
He was letting you know what he really meant. Cockroaches.
La cucarachas.
Tripped over a rat and a roach stole my wallet.
Do we have an email today?
We do, but first we have to.
If Dan gets it together. Focus, Dan. Focus.
No, I can just imagine him just carrying a plate of food, and then he just falls over, and he's like, "God damn it!" And he goes back to his swipes his hand back, and there's this fucking cockroach running away with his ID.
See a rat sticking his foot out.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I tripped over a rat and a roach stole my wallet. Okay. Hey,
Heyo.
hey, everybody, guess who it is? It's our audience.
I got it, man.
Oh, hi.
My name is Vance now.
You know, I'm still sick, everybody, but I really think this is going to be the last podcast that I'm sick. I can feel myself starting to get better.
You said
As
said
you
that
say
like
that.
5 episodes ago. Yeah, he's starting to get better.
Jeez. Yeah, is Sucky gonna bark? This is the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast for all things comedy and horror.
Part of me thinks that was real from Dan's fart.
I'm one of your
Probably.
gaseous hosts, Dan Wonder. And next to me is
Natalie Rose.
next to her is
Vinny Rose.
next to me again is
The flatulent Nicholas Myers.
yeah, Nick farts too.
Yeah, I farts too.
Everybody farts.
Farts too, y'all.
Everybody farts, Dan, but not everybody farts multiple
I got
times
the
every
tornadoes
hour.
coming out of my butthole
That's
too,
not
y'all.
how I said it, and you know that. I farts too.
I farts too.
Hey.
I'm here to tell you I'm making butt tornadoes.
Remember when I was talking about my trumpet farts in the morning?
Yes.
The sun is up, and here are my toots.
Good morning, sunshine.
This is gonna Don't Look Under the Bed podcast. Now,
Hey, man, real quick.
Yes.
Do you think you could see steam come out of your butthole if you fart and it's cold out?
He did ask this the other day.
Like me personally?
Anybody.
Anybody?
I've never
you
seen it.
can. It's hot air and cold. It has to be really cold though.
How cold?
Enough to gather moisture when
I
it
don't know.
leaves your
Judge it
butt.
by Sookie's poops.
Yeah,
Yeah, you. Can
That's
see
when you
your
know it's
steamies.
cold.
that's when you run
You can
outside.
see
and-
those steamies.
You fucking weirdo.
Steam comes out of her bowl.
See?
He's a funny.
Fucking Dan looks like he's sending smoke signals.
Hey,
Send-
how are you?
Chick-fil-A.
No.
No, I can't do that.
No.
Oh,
We've been over this. I was saying send Chick-fil-A.
Send McDonald's.
Send ... McDonald's.
Daniel's a racist.
No, I'm not. This is again the Don't Learn About podcast. We've
He
already
wants
said
a
that.
sha.
Okay, so
It
what?
didn't finish. Was a sha like a shake? You want a shake? Finish your fart, man. Oh, there it is.
Let him get to the email.
Yeah, we have an email today. But first, what are we talking about, Natalie?
Urban Legends Part 1.
All right, you can do that.
Urban Legends.
Screaming Beagle says,
yeah, that sounds about right. Beagles bark a shitload.
They do.
They do. If you could be in charge of any movie remake, what would you pick and why? Ding, 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 ding.
There's so
And
many
we will
movies.
answer that question on next week's podcast.
Stay tuned. I don't
There's
know.
so many movies that could have been really good.
God,
but
are we
weren't,
talking?
like,
Are we
based off
talking?
books.
So can we do remakes that have already been done, but we want to fix it, or like a movie that was good, but we wanted to love it, and we could have loved it if it had this or
Both.
that,
Both.
or a
Both.
movie that hasn't been remade yet.
Want to
we
love
just-
you.
Bewith.
I want to love you.
Why?
I wanna love you.
I already have my movie,
What is it?
Silver Bullet.
With Steve McQueen? Or wait, which one is that?
Stephen King.
Oh, never mind. Bullet with Steve McQueen. Never. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Why?
Corey, one of the Coreys, the young Corey.
Haim?
Yeah, I think he was in it.
Corey Feldman's the one that with dark hair.
The Frog Brother.
I don't know what that means.
From the Lost Boys, dickhead.
I haven't seen the movie for a long time.
It doesn't matter. It's iconic, and it should be forever
Jeez.
etched into your mind.
All right. I understand now.
Already fucked up.
So what's wrong? Like, why do you want to
It's
change
like
it?
telling Vance. you've
Nothing.
never
I just
seen
want
The
to see it
Goonies.
again. But
You just want to go watch it upstairs. It's all.
no, like
See you later.
I just
You
think
just want to
that
watch it in a movie theater again?
I like the story. I'd like to see what it looks like now with fresh talent.
Okay.
And because I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's about this preacher that turns into a werewolf, and he kills sinners basically.
Oh, okay.
And Marty, the little Corey kid, he can't walk, so his Uncle Red, who was Gary Busey,
Gary Busey.
or was it Nick Nolte? I get those two fucking mixed
I
up.
do too.
Nick Nolte's Blue Chips. Gary Busey is Under Siege 2.
Gary Busey is crazy. Nick Nolte is a smidge less crazy.
Or Under Siege, my bad.
Can
or
we-
On Deadly Ground. I can't remember which one.
No, it's Gary Busey. No, fuck.
Here, I'll pull it up. You keep talking. I'll pull it up.
But anyway, he can't walk, and his sister and mom and dad take care of him. But he finds out this preacher's secret, basically that he's a werewolf. So then the werewolf goes after him, and him and his sister. He convinces his crazy uncle and his sister, what's going on, and they kind of set this plan and set this trap. And it's a really good movie. This is actually
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey first movie I ever watched on VHS when I was like 7.
Wow.
My cousin Mike, he brought that over to me. It was recorded. He had dubbed it. He like rented it or something, dubbed it. It had, I want to say, I know it had The Shining on it. It had Silver Bullet, and I want to say Full Metal Jacket.
Okay.
And
It's a lot of movies to put on one.
oh yeah, you can put
A lot
3,
of
4.
Kubrick on one thing.
You can put 4 movies on a tape easy.
I didn't know that. I thought it was only like 2.
No, you could set it to like EP, SP, and LP or whatever, and your quality would go down, but you could record like 30 million hours.
It's all in slow motion. Or fast motion, I would say. Natalie, what would yours be?
Cell by Stephen King.
Oh.
They doing a movie and it had a really good cast, but it was terrible.
Yeah.
So I would redo that one because
think
I
I'll-
really enjoyed that book.
That book is really good.
And even with John Cusack and Samuel Jackson,
It just
the
didn't
script
work.
was fucking terrible.
Yeah. A lot of his movies don't really stand the test of time. They're like Langoliers didn't do very well.
It was a good movie though.
The Stand, Tommy Knockers, a lot of them just kind of pooped.
Storm of the Century.
But then he has good ones like Pet Sematary 1 and 2. and
Yeah, those were
I like the
Salem's
motorcycle
Lot.
face scene on 2.
That part when I was a kid, I mean, I was just like, man, that's just gotta hurt. Like that's, or when he puts the kitten next to the thing, I got really pissed. I was like, no, you don't do that. I'm not even a big fan of cats, but you don't do that.
Nick and I aren't either. Wink.
I love you, Jarvis.
Nick, what was yours?
So this probably won't surprise anybody at the table, and I only picked this one because I don't want it to be remade, but I know it probably will be remade at some point, and I would want creative control over it, and my choice is Gremlins. Let me just say, again, I don't want it to be remade, but it has been rumored for like 10 years that they're
Yeah.
going to remake it.
Yeah, I read that.
And there's been a lot of speculation that they're going to remake it with CGI instead of puppets. And if they did that, I would boycott the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Because if they do that and don't use animatronics or puppets, I'm out.
What about claymation? Is that okay?
Claymation I can deal with because I know there's that one scene with all the gremlins walking down the street. That was claymation. But I would find a way to get Phoebe Cates to come back and play like Billy's mom or something like that,
yeah.
or at least just have a cameo. And then I would cast Timothée Chalamet as Billy
Okay.
because
So-
he, in my opinion, is one of the best young talented actors out there right now. And I love like every movie I've seen him in.
Would it be a Joe Dante / Nick Meyer film?
Yes.
Okay.
Joe Dante would be involved.
It's funny-
I wouldn't do it unless Joe Dante was involved.
It's
somehow,
funny you remember
because
that.
Joe Dante's got to be there.
It's funny that you mentioned that because my first pick would have been Joe Dante's The Gate. You
I
ever
remember
seen
The
that?
Gate. It was
We can
fucking
pick-
great.
We can pick multiple Joe Dante
The
films.
movie's
it's fine.
amazing, and I would like to see it with a new cast of kids. Maybe those little bastards from Stranger Things. I think that'd be
Those are
fucking
some good
awesome.
Finn Wolfhard, that kid's got a future. I think. I mean, he was great in It. He's great in Stranger Things.
I never saw the remake. I
It's
didn't
on
watch it.
HBO Go
I
right
wasn't
now.
interested.
He was
Yeah,
he.
I haven't watched
It's
it either.
good.
I
It's
do
good,
wanna
and
see
it's
it.
not your typical like scary movie.
Maybe I'll watch it
It's more of
tomorrow.
just like really creepy.
Okay.
But it's very, very well done.
I'll give it
like,
a chance at some
Incredibly well done. All the child actors in it do an excellent job, and it's directed by Andy Muschietti, who did Mama.
I like Mama.
Yeah, Mama was a great movie.
Did you
This
guys
is a
see
short
that?
film at first.
Did you guys see that movie where those kids went to visit their grandparents, but they weren't really their grandparents?
Yeah.
Yeah, the M. Night Shyamalan one.
It actually was pretty good.
That was great.
I
was.
haven't seen that yet. It's on my to watch
The
list.
Visit, I
Yeah,
think
The
it was.
Visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the few horror movies that my youngest son can watch. And after he watches it, he keeps yelling out like Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, I'd pick Joe Dante as the It. Put Stranger Things.
You mean The Gate?
Sorry. Yes, I meant the Gate.
picked Joe Dante's The It.
What an asshole.
My name's Wan Dunder.
Wow. Either that or maybe
That's
back
what you
to
get for farting, man.
I make toots.
That's not how I sound.
No, you sound like this.
It's not how I sound either. You don't know me. You don't know my life.
I
I would do that, or I would do Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Ooh, Back to the
Which,
Future
any
would be
of them,
good to
or-
see remade.
I would do 3 all over again, and then make it
I
a
love
different
3.
story. Because 1 and 2 are perfect.
3 is good.
3 wasn't the best.
Did everyone else love Stranger Things, or is it just me?
I did.
I loved the first season. The second season, I watched like the first couple episodes and couldn't get into
I thought it
it.
was just as good.
Watch it. Get
I will.
into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I'll give it another chance.
It's good.
I'm
I
tired
Daniel
of
doesn't like
how
I
it's
just like the
good.
hype.
It's good, but yeah, I feel like it's overhyped.
I think it's not overhyped because those kids do such a good job.
And I'm not.
If it was
I'm not
adults playing those
discrediting.
parts,
I'm not discrediting
wouldn't
the
like it.
actors in it at all.
That'd
Any
be
of
great.
them. Even Finn Wolfhard,
if
any
the-
of the child actors.
If the dialogue and all the action was the same, like they still rode bicycles around and
Oh,
shit, but they were adults.
what's her name that's in that?
You talking about Elle?
No.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, Winona Ryder. Just imagining her as one of the children.
She's
adults.
tiny enough. She can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty small.
She was great in the first season. I loved her in the first
Like-
season.
Joyce.
Like Will Ferrell
Now that she's not shoplifting.
Shit.
Will Ferrell as one of the kids.
as Dustin. Dustin.
Oh my God, that'd be perfect.
Samuel L. Jackson as the black kid.
I'm sick
No,
of this
motherfucker.
motherfucking Demogorgon.
The main kid, Will.
Yeah.
I could see James Franco pulling that
James
off.
Franco.
Ah,
You don't like James Franco?
no, I don't like
He's
James
a
Franco.
genius. That man's a genius.
Yeah,
You gotta
until he
watch
sends dick
this-
pics to 16-year-olds.
You gotta watch The Disaster Room.
I didn't know that.
Or Disaster
I have
Artist or
the
whatever.
Disaster Artist. I have watched it.
You play with the little kid. That's why you don't. That's why you have no girlfriend.
Disaster Artist was a decent movie. Like, I'll watch James Franco movies. I'm not opposed to watching movies that he's in.
He's a handsome man.
I just hate him as a
He's
person.
a handsome man.
I love his brother.
He's a
like,
nicest dream diary.
Dave Franco is awesome.
He's like riding it with his feet up in the air.
Yeah.
Dear diary, jackpot.
I saw a James Franco movie today. I like him. Hearts.
It's gonna be a good night tonight.
Sweet
Signed
dreams.
Natalie Franco.
He's doing.
No,
it.
this is Vinny's diary, not
Signed
mine.
Vance Franco.
Mrs. Vinnie Franco.
James,
But like each page has a different celebrity. Now I like this person.
James, if you're listening,
I had a journal when I was a kid that had pictures of all my favorite celebrities in it. I'm not ashamed to admit that.
Did you get him out of Teen Beach magazine?
All right, let's do this. There's one celebrity you'd go gay for.
Oh, Ryan Gosling.
That was too quick.
No, it was not.
A lot of guys would say
Ryan
that.
Gosling has been my
He's
man.
a-
Okay,
crush
I won't
for
say
years.
you'd go gay for, but if you had to be gay,
No, I would voluntarily go gay for Ryan Gosling. Like, sorry, I don't mean
Feeling
to
we're
make
very
any of you
open-minded here.
uncomfortable, but like,
No, I don't care.
how about you,
like
Dan?
if Ryan Gosling walked up to me and was
I
like,
don't know. I have never really thought about that. Maybe it's
Seth
because I'm not
Rogen.
attracted to men, but
Seth Rogen.
no, fuck off.
That'd be like himself.
We just start doing we start doing the Patty Duke thing.
Yeah.
We're doing the mirror
It'd be
match.
like
They
making
walk
out
alike
with
and
your
talk
twin.
alike.
What a crazy
A
pair.
hot dog makes them lose control.
I had to show my friend a picture of you because she's like, "You say he looked like Seth Rogen. I want to see him." So I was like, "Here he is." She's like, "He does."
Oh my god.
I know a girl whose celebrity crush is Seth Rogen.
Right?
Send it
Right?
my way. She'll get tons of Seth Rogen at that.
It's like her number one celebrity crush.
I don't
There
know
you
who
go.
I'd go gay for, quote unquote. I don't know.
Come on, Dan. You have an answer.
No, I really don't. I've never really thought
who
about
do you
it.
have a man crush on?
No one.
Celebrity man. It's Dan. Come on.
No,
Dan,
Dan. Come on.
Are you not comfortable enough with your sexuality?
No, that's not
to
it at
admit
all.
that other
No.
men
I was
are
thinking.
attractive?
I was thinking maybe someone like George Clooney, but I was like, nah, he's like too
That's
manly.
too like. that's
He'd make
like
me feel
everybody.
too inadequate.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
his perfect self. John Hamm, maybe. I don't know. But he's. I don't.
Oh,
But
I
he
like
used
him.
to be a gigolo. He might be a little dirty.
No,
Yeah, he's awesome.
No, he wasn't.
If they were to make a live action,
You mean Juggalo?
I don't mean juggalo. I actually mean gigolo this time.
Yes, John
Dip,
Hamm.
dip, dip, dip,
Buckeyes.
dip.
Yeah. Come back to me because I honestly don't know.
All right, Natalie.
I don't know. There's who we were talking about
See?
the other day, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'd go gay for that chick in a moment." I don't remember.
I could see you banging Rachel Lee Cook.
Please don't ever say that again.
No, not her.
Stop, Vinny.
Not her.
Vinny's over there like Jennifer Tilly, Jennifer Tilly, Jennifer Tilly.
No, I don't remember who it was. There's a few though. There were a lot of really nice looking celebrities.
I like how calmly
That's
she
not
put
an
that.
answer.
I know. I can't think of who we were talking about in specific.
What movie?
Fuck, what were we watching?
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he was going to do it too.
I don't remember. Oh shit.
Well, while she's thinking,
Okay,
Vance.
Vance.
You go. Because you're the one who came up with this crazy idea. See, it's not easy, is it? Like, Nick had his right away.
You know what? Mine would be Ryan Gosling or Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would want somebody kind of feminine looking, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'd probably go with like a Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh.
Really?
Now or 90s? And I
He's
don't know
still
what he looks
good
like.
looking.
I
Teen
don't know
Beat
what he looks like now.
magazine.
Are we talking like 17 magazine, Freddie Prinze Jr. or
Yeah.
35
Like
magazine.
10 Things I Hate About You.
He wasn't in that.
Or, no, She's All That. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know who I would pick. I don't know. They'd have to be a little more feminine on the feminine side too.
Although Heath Ledger in 10 Things I Hate About You. Hello.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry.
You got yours yet?
Hey,
there
Nick.
have been some moments
Nick,
where
you're kind of gay.
Which is,
okay,
dude.
though.
I'm comfortable enough with my sexuality
Yeah,
to
it's
say,
okay.
like, that is a good-looking guy.
No, I wasn't saying there's anything wrong with that. I was just stating that you are.
I've never done anything with a guy, and I don't think I ever would, but...
Who would I pick? I don't know.
Ah.
Help me.
I know who you pick.
John Lithgow.
I'd fall in
Oh,
love
that
with
feels so good.
Okay, no.
You picture yourself in the bathtub with him like in Dexter.
I don't know who it.
He's
Natalie,
washing you.
Natalie, you got. Stop it. Natalie, do you have one?
Oh, God, I just pictured John Lithgow giving Dan a
You like
sponge
that,
bath.
audience? You like that?
Come on.
Oh.
Picture John Lithgow giving Seth Rogen a bath.
It's funny because Dan's so hairy.
It's not my fault. I'm Italian.
I'm
Hey.
Italian.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm Italian.
I am.
spicy meatball.
Well, I don't care.
I'm half
Who
Italian.
would you go gay for, Dan? Just answer the fucking question.
I don't know.
What if he's like you and then just dove on you and started making out with you?
I'd be cool. What?
That was really
I
fast.
don't think that you would. Damn it. I don't know. I don't know who I would. I don't know who I'd like. Stop that. I
You
don't.
just lick my lips and pucker up.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I
Hey.
think I got one.
Yeah.
Oh, you know
Timothy
what?
Olyphant.
That's a good
Boom.
one. I like that.
Yeah.
He's a
I
badass.
like
Timothy Elephant.
Oliphant. Yeah.
Oliphant.
I like
Oliphant.
him.
I like him. He's cool.
that'd be my guy. That's the guy right there.
That's the daddy.
That's the
The
daddy.
guy,
That's
the guy
the
from that's the lead in The Last Kingdom. He's kind of pretty too.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Chris Pine?
No,
No.
that's.
I'm thinking of that other Netflix one.
I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Natalie, who is it?
I don't know. I can't think of his name.
No, who?
Oh, I'm just looking at him like, who do I like?
Would you go lesbian for Lagatha?
That's who it is. That's who we're talking about.
Who
yes.
is it?
Off of
Lagatha from
Vikings?
Vikings.
Never watched it.
She is gorgeous, and I said I would hall pass the shit out of that.
Okay, so we got our 4.
I can't. Let me look.
Or-
Let me look her up because I don't
and
know her
5,
name.
6, 7, and 8 from Nick.
Let me look her name up real quick so I can give her credit.
Let's see, the homeless guy at the mall.
Who wants to buy some of
Vinny.
my milk?
Vinny, you're a silly bitch. Shut up.
Stupid, silly bitch.
Stupid bitch.
That's just stupid bitch.
Such a
Catherine
stupid
Winnick,
bitch.
Lagartha.
Oh, okay.
Flipping my computer around for the fellas. Probably shouldn't even show this. to
Oh,
you
she's
guys.
a very attractive young woman.
She is.
Yes.
She is, and with her Viking outfit on.
And just picture her with your sister.
Stop.
All right, we're not doing all that.
Yeah, good job, Vance.
Fuck.
Make me want to vomit.
Let me pull up some.
All right, Natalie, what do we got today?
Did we ever get to the email?
Yeah,
Oh, we did.
you were
sorry.
there.
Yeah,
If you'd
I
stop
was
dreaming
there.
about Gosling and Reynolds and
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal and whoever
Oh,
else.
Ryan Reynolds is a good one, too.
This must be the new season because I haven't seen any of those people.
All right, before Nick gets all hot and bothered.
Guys, I think I might be bi.
Because when you want sex, you have to buy it.
No, I never pay for it.
Okay.
I run out when they're in the bathroom.
I dine and dash.
Dine and Dash.
Yeah.
Look at her with all her Viking crap on.
Yeah, she's a very attractive young
She's a
woman.
very attractive young woman. That one there.
I would like to kiss her lips.
You know
would
who
like
I'm
to-
super jealous of?
Who are you super jelly of with your Starbucks?
The guy.
Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain.
Because that was 2 of his guys on his
All right,
list.
Nick, who
It
is
was actually. I can't remember his name. The guy who plays Jon Snow, but Egret
Oh.
from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kit
they're
Harington.
married now.
Oh my god.
Are they married for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they got married
I
together.
guess he
married in
does
real
know
life.
something.
Oh.
Yeah, that joke's not old.
Oh.
I actually never heard that. So
That joke came out when they first started dating.
You came out on the podcast just now, so
That's okay. We accept you.
and we do, and we kind of love you a little bit, maybe kind of whatever.
You guys are such a great group of bitches.
I can't wait to see your apartment with your little cardigan on and your teacup poodle.
Not all gay guys like teacup poodles.
He
teacup
would.
Pomeranian. Thank you.
If you were gay, what kind of dog would you have?
God, we love the LGBTQ community. So.
Yes.
Yeah, Nick.
No
if
offense.
you came out gay, Nick, I would totally.
It's not going to happen.
Find
Dan,
a man
so
for ya.
It's not going to happen, Dan. So don't get your hopes up.
I thought you were going
Well,
to
when
say I
you
would
say it like
totally
that-
be your man.
Before this goes negative, let's move on to the topic.
We love
Urban-
all people.
We do. I don't care. I don't care what you do, as long as you're nice.
Love is love.
Tell me he's not a handsome son of a gun. That's Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Yeah, he is good looking.
I
You
don't
know who
know.
else is good
He looks
looking?
like Channing Tatum.
Justin Whitley. Ooh, he is handsome.
My
This is
second
us
pick would
ladies.
probably be Alex Skarsgård, though.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Skarsgård. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
I'm not the only one who had 2 picks. Back off.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but I'm the only one that didn't have 2 picks loaded and ready, Nick.
Oh, I am loaded and ready. What? What's the topic,
I'm
Natalie?
leaving.
I gotta go.
What's the
Kitties.
topic?
Urban legends.
Car.
Leave. The topic is urban legends, and we're just going to go over a few today. Lots of fun stuff. Some you may have heard of, some you may have not. You know, it's up to you. And let's see.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. Oi, we really talked a long time on this episode. That's okay though.
Yeah, we did.
That's all right.
It's
Damn.
fun.
All right. So the first one is candy.
Is it informative too?
Yes.
Well, it's
That's
about
what
to
I-
be.
That's what I've been hearing.
Nick forgot to say it's fun.
What?
Nick forgot to say it's fun.
No, you said it's fun. And I said
You should have said it too.
Oh,
Guys, we're burning daylight.
Yeah.
it's fun.
Little did you know.
It's fun and
All right.
informative.
While you guys are arguing, all right, let's go over. Let's do Candyman first. Did everybody see this movie?
Candyman. Oh wait, that's
No.
Joyride.
Yeah, it's Joyride. Pink
How about you,
Champagne.
candy
How
cane?
about you, candy cane?
That was a good movie.
Got a copy?
Joyride. If you haven't seen it, it's old. It's got Paul Walker in it, young Paul Walker, but watch it. It's good shit.
That's,
He is a pretty son of a bitch,
He
too.
was too.
okay. Yeah, okay, Vance. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Vance,
Okay.
you just
Okay.
slinging dudes out left and right
Let me
over
get
there.
this guy fucking puppers.
Let me get this guy fucking puppers.
I love it when he goes off on that okay tangent.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I've still got time for. I've got so much time for sashimis.
If I ask you to stop kindly, would yous? I think I'm having a panic attack. All right.
All right, Candyman. If you recite Candyman into a mirror, a hooked monster will come rip you to shreds. Candyman came into legend around the 1970s. Oh no, that's not right. Candyman came into legend about a man who was in his 70s and was over $100,000 in debt. He needed to find a way out, so he put on cyanide into pixie sticks, which is what you do when you're in debt for $100,000, and gave one to his son and daughter, and then gave the rest out for Halloween. So his son and some parents that tested the candy for their kids died. Yay, not good. He was charged with capital murder and was put to death with lethal injection. So his ghost haunts mirrors now. Ooh.
I like how that's his job now.
That's your job.
He's like, well, I'm debt free.
Yeah.
I'm in debt up to my eyeballs.
Actually, son, you're going to be haunting mirrors for the rest of your eternity life. Son of bitches. This one's called Slipmouth Woman. Slipmouth Woman.
She my slip mouth woman.
Girl. Legend stems from Japan and China. A girl called Kuchisaki Onna. She may have been a samurai's wife. She cheated on her husband with a younger, better-looking man.
Bitch.
Slut. When her husband returned and learned what she did, he took his sword. Nope, fuck, I can't read, sorry. When her husband returned and learned what she did, she took his sword and slit her mouth from ear to ear on both sides of her face, basically. It's like a big old...
Why so serious?
Yeah, pretty much. She was cursed to never die. She wanders the world so that people can see her horrible scar and take pity on her. Some people claim to have seen a beautiful woman who asks them, "Am I pretty?" When you reply back with a yes, she rips the mask off and shows you her face. She then asks again, and if you say no, the person will be killed by her.
So you just say yes both
Yeah,
times.
say, you're very pretty.
That's when you go up to her and you go, I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
I could picture her doing the Reach toothbrush commercials.
She's like, no, she plays Melina in the next Mortal Kombat.
Flip top head.
The new Terrence and Phillip movie.
They should make a Pez dispenser out of her.
Hell yeah. I got the flip mouth woman one. My collection's complete.
like the complete.
All right, this is called White Death.
That's me.
Okay. This is another White Death, though. Yeah, because your farts are
No.
killer.
Come
Hey-yo.
on. Come on.
All right, so a girl in Scotland hated her life so much that she wanted to destroy every last trace of herself after she committed suicide. Her family found out that she killed herself a few days later. Her family then died with their limbs all torn apart. Legend tells that when you learn about White Death, the girl's ghost might come and find you and knock repeatedly. Don't anybody knock. On the... Not because of her, because of the dog. On your door, each knock gets louder until you open the door. So she basically irritates the shit out of you.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's all she does.
Can you just try the doorbell? She will kill you when you open the door so that you will not tell anyone else of her existence. This way, her trace is erased. So I've just damned you all.
Why would she knock on the door? Like,
I don't want you just go. Maybe she can't go in.
How about you just not bother people?
Maybe she's trying to be polite.
That doesn't make any sense.
I guess if you're knocking on the door more than a couple times, that's not polite. It's not polite.
What if she does it and when they finally answer, she just like runs off?
You're never gonna catch me.
Fucking ding dong ditches, everybody.
I see you in the bushes.
Damn it!
She leaves a bag of flaming dog shit.
He called the shit poo.
It's that damn flaming bag of poop again.
Don't you tell me my business, devil woman. I fucking love it.
Don't put it out with your boots, Ted.
I used to yell that at my old job, just randomly, for no reason. Good times. And it was like an office setting, so there was really no reason for that at all. I didn't work there no more.
I wonder why.
No, by choice. So Slaughterhouse Canyon. Slaughterhouse Canyon. It's in Kingman, Arizona. So during the 1800s, gold rush time, a father did not return home to his family, which caused
He didn't return home.
Didn't return home.
Y'all, daddy's coming home.
He's not coming home. This caused his family to starve. So the mom went insane and put on her wedding dress and chopped up her children. Legend says that y'all could still hear her crying for forgiveness. I can see her like parading around in her wedding dress, like drool coming out of her mouth.
It's like a noon wraith in Witcher.
Yeah. He's not coming back. All right, this is called Deep Frozen Folks. Oh, I should have the accent on that one. Deep Frozen Folks in Montpelier, Vermont. So I don't think they talk like that.
No, they don't talk like that
They
at all.
don't.
That's my favorite dessert.
Montpelier?
Nope, deep frozen
Vermont?
folks.
Deep frozen folks.
Oh, Vermont is not your favorite dessert?
Nelly, stop trying to make it work.
I can't. All right, so legend tells of frugal people that were living in Vermont facing extreme winters would freeze their elderly and then thaw them out in the spring. So I don't know if that's true or not, but...
To freeze their elderly? That's not true at all.
No. Well, they would probably freeze them and then they would thaw out in the spring, but they wouldn't be the same.
And here we go with another episode of the Cold and Oldies.
The Colden Girls.
You're as cold as ice.
Thank you for being a friend. All right, this is Teke Teke, which is in... Oh, it's Teke Teke... Teke Teke. There's two Teke Tekes. Japan. So, Teke Teke is a ghost of a Japanese schoolgirl who roams the train stations in Japan. When the girl was alive, she was very scared of everything, and so people would take advantage of that and play practical jokes on her. One day at the train station, after her friends put a cicada bug on her shoulder, those loud-ass bugs from...
What a bunch of cunts.
Yeah. Those are those loud-ass bugs that you hear in Walking Dead constantly throughout all the seasons. She was so scared she fell onto the platform and was hit by a Shinkansen, which is the fastest train in Japan. She now haunts train stations in Japan, all around, and she drags herself on her elbows and her hands. So she's known to kill people by splitting them in half with her scythe with the speed of the Shinkansen, so that people would feel her pain.
Where'd she get a scythe?
She said she can get one from anywhere.
They have them all everywhere at the Dead Warehouse Emporium.
Welcome to the Dead Warehouse Emporium. How can I help you?
I need a scythe.
Oh, what size do you want?
Half pint size.
Half pint size. Well, we haven't got one of those.
Come on in the back. I'll show you my half pints.
Just opens up a closet and there's all these scythes. It's like, this is what we have here. Do you like the pretty pink handle?
Welcome to Ace. We're your store when you don't live no more.
Nick's shaking his head no. They call her Teke Teke or Bata Bata because of the noise she makes when she drags herself on the ground.
And when she swings her scythe, she's like, swing bada bada.
Swing bada bada.
You're
Oh
so
my
dumb.
God.
I just got it. I'm like, Bada Bada. Oh, I just said that word, so that was fucking great. All right, Bloody Mary. We've probably all played this when we were kids.
A little extra vodka in mine, please.
Yeah, he does love himself some Bloody Mary.
Damn right.
Bloody
But without
Marys are
all
good.
the... I don't like a bunch of Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
It's just Worcestershire.
He
Like,
likes-
it's not that hard to say.
He likes
It's
Tabasco.
impossible to spell. So just
What's that made out of? I can't remember. It's something gross.
Salt.
Yeah,
No.
pretty much.
I don't know.
No, it's like an animal extract or something.
Gravy.
Yes, the
Animal
gravy
gravy.
animal.
Animal gravy.
it's like American soy sauce.
Yeah, pretty much. I got to take you to that Bloody Meth restaurant place here in
The
town.
Bloody Meth restaurant.
Where they have
That's what it sounded like you
the
said.
all the different types of Bloody Marys you can get, and they have like a cheeseburger like in the Bloody Mary cup, or they something like, you know what I'm talking about, all those crazy ones. We got to go to that one day.
I make a pretty good Bloody Mary.
Yeah, he does. So does Big Fred's local
Yeah.
place. Big Fred's makes a good Bloody Mary. All right, Bloody Mary legend tells of a girl named Mary who fell ill and fell into a coma. The doctor treating her thought she was dead, so the family laid the girl to rest, not knowing that she was actually alive, which we've read happened a lot back in the day. Her family lived close to a graveyard where she was buried, so Mary's mother thought on the night of her burial that she heard her screaming from the graveyard, but no one believed her. They just thought she was in hysterics, so she lost her daughter. A few days later, the mother was able to convince the family to dig up the grave. Now, Mary was dead at this point, but the scratches on the top of the coffin and Mary's fingernails were all bloody and torn. So on Friday the 13th after midnight, if you turn off the lights in your house and go to the bathroom, turn on the water in the shower and sink, flush the toilet and look into the mirror and say Bloody Mary 5 times, she will appear in the mirror. If you don't turn off the light fast enough, or if you don't turn on the light fast enough, she will stab you in the back.
On Friday the 13th after midnight, isn't that Saturday the 14th?
No, at midnight.
Oh.
Midnight.
You only got like a minute though.
Yeah. So you gotta do all that shit in a minute and waste all that water and make your frickin' water bill go up. That's the part that make me mad. Okay, so that's one scenario. Or you stand alone in the dark in front of a mirror and say Bloody Mary 3 times, turning around in place after each time. After the 3rd time, you will see her behind you and she will scare you to death.
Why all the antics? Why not just show up and do it?
Yeah, what's all these shenanigans that you got to go through to?
Or there was a beautiful woman named Mary Worth. She had a horrible accident and it deformed her face. She was left so ugly that she couldn't even look at herself in the mirror for many years. She finally looked at her face many years later and was horrified at what she saw. She climbed into the mirror and to search for her old reflection. She was eager to find out what she lost. So if you call her name in the mirror in the dark room 3 times, she will stop her search and come to you. And she will appear in your mirror and she will scratch your face until it's deformed like hers because she's pissed because you stopped her from her search. So basically you interrupted her task. And she's coming for you. All right, this one is Alyssa Day or Eliza Day. It's Elisa. Alyssa, okay. So this was in medieval Europe, a lady named Alyssa Day who had the beauty of the wild roses that grew down by the river. A man came to town one day and fell in love with Alyssa. They dated for 3 whole days. Yeah. Day 1, he visited her at her house. Date 2, he brought her a single rose and asked her to meet him down where the wild roses grow, which we know is by the river. And then date 3, he took her down to the river and he killed her. He waited till she had her back turned to him and bashed her with a rock, saying, "All beauty must die." Well, she died instantly, and he placed a rose between her teeth and then slid her into the river. Legend tells of her ghost wandering the riverside with blood running down the side of her head while holding a single rose.
That's sad.
That's fucked up, yeah.
I wonder if he ever sits around with his friends like, I never ever kill a girl before the 3rd date.
I'm a stand-up gentleman, you know what I'm saying? The bitches love me. He's just going through Tinder. All right, Huntsville, Alabama. Dead children playground. At night, swings move by themselves from spirits of children who come to play. Ooh. And this one is Skinned Tom of Wallen, Tennessee. Legend tells of a man who wooed a lady and her husband skinned him. His bloody ghost hangs from around lovers laying to punish cheaters. And this is called the Candy Lady, not to be confused with the Candy Man.
Candy Lady sound nice.
Candy Lady. Candy Lady from...
My name's Candy Lady.
She wants some tuna.
Ooh.
You want some sugar-coated tuna? Sugar?
This is in Terrell, Texas. The Candy Lady leaves candy out on her windowsill to lure children so she can pull out their teeth or kidnap them or stab them in the eyes.
The candy does that for her.
Yeah, no shit. Many may have derived from a woman who killed her husband with poison candy. That's 3 like really strange options. Like, I'm either going to kill you, I'm going to pull out your teeth, or I'm going to get you in the eye.
The moral of all this information is don't eat candy.
Don't eat candy from a window.
I want to go to some of the places where these originated.
I do too.
How do they send us there, Dan?
I got one more.
They can send us there by donating to our Patreon at
Patreon
/ DLUTV.
There you go, buddy.
He's been trying to teach me.
PayPal.com
Daniel learning.
through the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast at gmail.com.
And if you want to get a hold of us, you can go to Don't Look Under the Bed podcast at gmail.com.
Look at you.
I'm doing good.
What do they do when they go to that, though? Do they send an email to that?
They can send an email. They can also send an email.
Or they can click on the contact us link of don'tlookunderthebed.net.
Yeah. And if you want to visit our Twitter, it's DLUTB at Twitter.
It's at DLUTB.
Damn it.
And then our Facebook is just Don't Look Under the Bed podcast.
So, yeah, give us some emails, guys. And
Can we just say that Tenebrae is on the table, and it is amazing. He takes up like half the table with his fur. He's the best.
But even when you shave him, he's not much smaller.
No, he's not.
He's a very big cat.
He's such a floof.
He weighs like 20 pounds, bro.
Yeah. When I take him to the vet, everybody's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, I just spit on him."
Sorry, we don't accept raccoons here.
See, Tenebrae.
All right, you got one more, Nally?
It was just Hummel Park, local legend. People say that Nick's shaking his head. People say that there's...
It's actually scratching my nose on the metal.
Sorry. People say that there's a, satanic rituals have been there, lynchings, albino farm.
Get a rope.
It's just down the street from us. An ancient Indian burial ground, ghosts and cults. There have been a few murders here. In 1983, a body was discovered of a beaten woman in a ditch. In 92, a 15-year-old was killed over stolen stereo speakers. And in 1998, a teen was beaten and slashed. He wrote his name of the attackers on his car in his own blood and then went to get help. The most known thing at Hummel Park is this staircase. So it's supposed to be, you can count the stairs at the bottom going up, but when you go back down, the number is not the same. However, if you go there now, like all the stairs are broken apart, so you would really have to, I don't know, I always thought you should just leave like M&Ms on the stairs or something, and then like have your pre-count, and then piece of candy.
Fun fact, Natalie and I actually ride the motorcycle over there. and we go pick up trash.
We do. Because people are slobs and assholes and they just throw their fucking trash
If you guys would like to see us do some research there, maybe film some stuff, shoot us an email or comment on our Facebook or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful area. They have a nice frisbee golf course. They got a nice frisbee golf course there for the kids to play. So, are you opening up an Instagram page for Tanner?
We'll call it Gisby.
He keeps taking pictures of
He
it.
does. Like, all of a sudden my cat's on the internet.
Sorry, you have like the most majestic cat. In
I
the
know.
world.
I know.
I'm just trying to get like a really
I'm
cool
very
close up
well
of his
aware of that.
face.
You should put him on our Facebook page.
Yeah, he could be famous. He's used to it. He's used to the paparazzi. But anyway, that's Urban Legends Part 1. We'll definitely do a Part 2 because there's so much,
Oh, wow.
all the... I want that. There's so much from around the world, and I just think Urban Legends are super fun because it's like how far people go with stories and the imaginations, or is it all true? You decide.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hope you enjoyed our fun and informative episode.
Thanks, Natalie, for
Yeah.
all the research.
Yeah.
And thank you, listeners, once again, for listening to the Don't Look in the Bed podcast.
We fucking love you.
We
We
do.
love you. This has been Don't Look in the Bed podcast for all things comedy horror. I'm one of your gaseous hosts, Dan Wonder. Next to me is...
Natalie Rose.
Next to her.
Rose.
And next to me again is...
The still flatulent Nicholas Myers.
And we would like to say bye.
Bye.
Bye.